The world is calm, as if nothing is wrong. But for one man, this calm is nothing more than a prologue. His name is Kim Dokja. Since school, he has been an outcast. No friends, no family who cares. His only escape is a web novel titled 3 Ways to Survive in a Ruined World. Its main character, Yoo Joonghyuk, is a hero who can turn back time every time he dies. Dokja has read Joonghyuk's tale of despair for over 10 years, from the first chapter all the way to chapter 3149. Now, Dokja is just an ordinary contract worker. His life is boring, just like most people in this city. But today is different. Today is the day when that epic novel, read by only one person, finally ends. As he rides the subway home from work, his fate begins to move. He is no longer alone. He meets Yoo Sang-ah, his beautiful and popular co-worker, a sharp contrast to the introverted Dokja. Exactly at 7 p.m., a notification comes in. The author of the novel sends a mysterious message to Dokja. From now on, this story will be paywalled, it says. It is the final warning before hell begins. Suddenly, the train comes to an abrupt stop. The power goes out. In an instant, the atmosphere turns terrifying. Not because of a mechanical failure, but because the genre of their lives has just been forcibly changed. A strange creature appears, floating in the air. A Dokkaebi, a messenger of destruction that, until now, existed only on Dokja's phone screen. The creature declares that humanity's free trial has ended. From now on, they must pay with their lives for the entertainment of the constellations. A blue screen appears before everyone. Main scenario number 1, prove your worth. Condition, kill one living creature. Panic erupts. No one believes this is real, but for Dokja, this is a script he has already memorized by heart. Those who try to defy the rules are executed on the spot. The Dokkaebi doesn't need negotiation, it needs a spectacle of blood. The survival instinct turns humans into beasts. A high school student named Kim Nam-woon begins attacking those who are weaker. Dokja spots a little boy named Gil-young holding a box of insects. He realizes a loophole in the rules. The living creature doesn't have to be a human. Dokja makes his move. He doesn't want to be a murderer, but he has to survive. He targets the insects. He smashes the insect box and throws it. "Catch the insects if you want to live," he shouts. Chaos erupts. While Dokja uses his mind, Kim Nam-woon chooses the path of violence. He becomes the first murderer in that train car. Dokja succeeds. The system grants him 300 coins as a survival reward. This is the new currency of their world. Time runs out. Those who did not kill are eliminated by the system. The subway car is now a mass grave. The doors open. The scene outside is far more horrifying than inside. Seoul has fallen. Buildings are on fire. Giant monsters roam freely. The modern world they once took pride in has collapsed within hours. And there, in the distance, Dokja sees him. Yoo Joonghyuk, the protagonist of his novel, standing atop the ruins. They are trapped on a broken bridge. Beneath the Han River, a gigantic sea monster called the ichthyosaur waits for its prey. The Dokkaebi appears again, this time offering a sponsor. Gods and legendary heroes wish to lend them their power. There are many powerful choices. The black flame dragon, the blazing judge of fire. Anyone would be tempted to choose the strongest. But Dokja knows a secret no one else does. Choosing a sponsor now will only turn him into a slave. He rejects them all, a reckless decision that shocks the Dokkaebi and the constellations. Without a sponsor's power, Dokja has to rely purely on strategy. He leads Sangha and Gil-young as they sprint across the bridge of death. In the midst of despair, Dokja does something unthinkable. He deliberately throws himself into the monster's mouth. Everyone thinks he's died a foolish death. Even Yoo Sang-ah screams hysterically, but this is all part of his plan. Dokja wakes up inside the ichthyosaur's stomach. It's dark, foul, and filled with stomach acid. But this is where the hidden scenario lies. He calls for the Dokkaebi Hyung. Dokja isn't a victim. He offers an exclusive streaming contract in exchange for his life. With borrowed coins, he purchases items and begins slaughtering the parasites inside the monster's stomach to raise his level. His target is the monster's heart core. Dokja strikes it relentlessly. The pain is real, but his resolve is stronger. At last, the monster explodes from within. Dokja clears an impossible scenario that even the original protagonist struggled with. He returns to the surface as the only reader, now beginning to write his own fate. But now, standing before him is Yoo Joonghyuk, sword drawn. Will this hero become an ally or his greatest enemy? Kim Dokja is now trapped in a dark tunnel. This isn't ordinary darkness. This place is a graveyard for those who failed. However, as the only reader who knows how this world's story ends, Dokja has an advantage. He knows where the hidden items are. His companions are reaching their physical limits. Lee Hyung-sung, the loyal soldier, appears to be losing consciousness under extreme mental exhaustion. In his dreams, Hyung-sung is haunted by his military past. The guilt of failing to save his comrades back then now returns to torment him. Dokja refuses to let them sink into despair. He leads the team toward a hidden piece, a secret supply box he remembers from the novel 3 Ways to Survive. Inside it lies the shattered conviction, a sword that seems useless at first glance, but Dokja knows the terrifying potential it hides. Suddenly the air pressure shifts. He finally appears. Yoo Joonghyuk, the original protagonist of the novel, who has repeated his life countless times. His gaze is cold, heavy with the burden of hundreds of lives he failed to save in previous regressions. For ordinary people, his very presence is suffocating. But for Dokja, this is a meeting with his favorite character, the one he both hates and admires the most. Joonghyuk has no tolerance for weakness. He moves with ruthless efficiency, eliminating anyone he deems a burden to the scenario. Dokja realizes one thing. This third-round Joonghyuk is stronger, but also far more unstable than the version he read in the novel. They arrive at Cheongmuro Station. This place is no longer a train station, but a filthy and brutal refugee camp. The Dokkaebi appears with bad news. The third main scenario begins. Green Zone. The rule is simple. Find a green zone before nightfall, or die. Mass panic erupts. The number of green zones is far smaller than the number of people. This is a deadly version of musical chairs. And the biggest problem is this man, Gong Pil-do, a landlord who monopolizes most of the green zones and demands coins as payment. Dokja tries to negotiate, but human greed at the end of the world knows no limits. Conflict is inevitable. The sun sets. Time is up. From the darkness of the tunnel, thousands of monsters flood into the station. Anyone outside a green zone becomes prey. Jung Hee-won, who has evolved into the judge who annihilates evil, bares her fangs. She cleaves through monsters to protect the children. Dokja makes a reckless move. Instead of fighting for a spot, he destroys the symbol of the landlord's power, forcibly triggering a change in the scenario rules. Watching the chaos Dokja has unleashed, Yoo Joonghyuk begins to think. This variable called Kim Dokja might be useful for reaching the end of the story. The Dokkaebi is enraged. Its entertainment has been ruined. As punishment, It summons a catastrophe that was never meant to appear at this stage.
The ground shakes violently. It's not an earthquake, but the arrival of an apex predator. The station ceiling collapses.
A level 5 fire dragon. Its breath alone can melt concrete and bone. Chungmuro Station instantly turns into a hell of flames. Even Yoo Joonghyuk, the strongest regressor, looks overwhelmed. He considers giving up. This round is a failure, he thinks. He wants to die and reset the world again. But Dokja won't allow it. "Don't be selfish, you bastard," he shouts. "If Joonghyuk resets the world, everyone in this timeline will be abandoned to an eternal apocalypse."
Dokja's words snap everyone back to their senses. For the first time, they don't fight alone, but as a team. Jihei launches the opening attack.
Hyunsung becomes an iron shield, blocking the dragon's claws even as his bones feel like they're shattering. This is the moment. Kim Dokja spots an opening in the dragon's core. He jumps, staking his own life on a single fatal strike. The sword of shattered conviction pierces the dragon's heart. A blinding light erupts, signaling the end of the catastrophe. The dragon falls, but the price is steep. Dokja lies there, unable to move. Yet this time, he knows he's not alone. He has changed a storyline that was meant to end in tragedy. The Chungmuro scenario comes to an end, but the journey toward the world's finale has only just begun. See you in the next content.